have a stack of books, a hot-ish brew, and a cozy blanket. My fellow page pamperers, we've hit the trifecta. Hello everyone, my name is Cora. Welcome back to my channel, Pampered Pages, and welcome to a used book haul. I have 9 books to share with you today. Let me double check. Yes, 9. And I have separated them into 3 categories: nonfiction, fiction, and other. Beginning with my nonfiction find, I have Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. This is a title I have been wanting to reread as well as hold in my personal library. Now, my edition does need just a little bit of some tape TLC, but I am very thankful to have finally found myself a copy. Up next is a new to me fiction title, Boss Witch by Anna Aguirre. I didn't know it at the time. I do now that this is a part of a series called the Fix-It Witches, and it is recommended for one to read these books in order. So I'm a bit ahead of the game. This is book 2. However, it does sound enticing. The FMC is a witch named Clementine who crosses paths with a witch hunter who doesn't like witch hunting named Gavin. I'd love to know if you have heard of or read this series. Like I said, book 2 here has piqued my interest. I may just have to see if my library has book 1. Another new to me title is Did You Ever Have a Family by Bill Clegg, and this one sounds like it's going to be an emotional read. Per the blurb, this story follows June, who on the eve of her daughter's wedding has her life upended in an awful tragedy. Following, she ends up driving across the country, and in her wake, a community emerges, weaving a web of connections through shared heartbreak. The themes of grief and family, both blood-related and found, seem very central, and overall, the reviews are fairly positive. As I mentioned, this does sound like it's going to be an emotional read, so I feel like I will need to be in the mood to cry. That's just me though. If you've been following my reads, Just for the Summer was my first Abby Jimenez read last year. Following, I then made some reading plans to do some backtracking and read Part of Your World and Yours Truly. Now, those reading plans are still in the works, but I am so happy to announce that my next find was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I was elated when I found this book. For one, my reading plans, but for 2, it's practically in perfect condition. Some blurb info: we have city girl and ER doctor Alexis Montgomery and small town carpenter / mayor Daniel Grant. There's a bit of fuzz flying around. Anyways, their chemistry is undeniable. However, their worlds differ greatly, and eventually Alexis must choose which world she wants to be a part of. I'm really hoping that my backtracking reading plans can, there's that fuzz again, that my backtracking reading plans can be fulfilled at some point within this year. My mood has been mooding greatly per usual, so we shall see. 5th in my haul is a childhood throwback, The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. I used to have a copy of this book, and I'm pretty sure I donated it during a move. However, I do think it would be fun to revisit this series at some point in my life. I do have a childhood favorites section on one of my shelves, so that is where I plan on relocating book 1 here. I will say, if I do anticipate on collecting the remainder of this series, I will need some more shelf space because there are 13 books. This next book sounds oh so magical. The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I will overlay the blurb for this one in case you want to pause this video and give it a peruse. I just want to make sure I do it justice. I think this story sounds so unique, and the characters and genre elements sound absolutely enchanting. My final fiction find is one I checked out from the library over a year ago, but unfortunately did not get to. The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. Many moons ago, the Witcher series was recommended to me, and it is my understanding that The Last Wish is the book most people recommend to read first when beginning this series. It is a collection of short stories that help set the reader up for the remainder of the series. In the other category of my haul, I have 2 titles to share with you today. Up first is The Wayward Writer by Ariel Gore. As someone who enjoys both writing and storytelling, this title quickly caught the attention of my eyeballs. And while I haven't seen many reviews, I am curious to see what ideas, if any, I glean from its pages. And then second, the last book I have to share with you all today is Eat with Intention by Cassandra Bodzak. I have been in my cooking era lately, so I am very excited to peruse these pages and see if any of these recipes catch my palate's attention. Just like that, we have reached the end of my used book haul. I have had these titles sitting on my book cart for just a wee bit, so it's been fun to chat and share in the variety of my finds. I would love to know if you have found anything cool lately, perhaps at your local used bookstore, a library sale, or maybe even a little free library. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope each of you have a beautiful day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you soonish. Bye! I do believe I just ended this video with said piece of fuzz on my upper lip, and I think I swallowed it. We love that.
Delicious.